Hi, this is Trepacer, and welcome to Trepacer's Saturday Horror Reviews. This is episode 16, I believe. Hold on. Yeah, episode 16. And I went a little old school, okay? And I went to 1933's, the classic, King Kong. It's the digibook, okay? King Kong came out in 1933. Which is, and this is the original, okay, the original classic. And of course, it's about, Carl Denham, who's, the movie producer. I guess he's the director too, director-producer, who always has the biggest things in his movies and stuff. And in this one, he's looking for, he has to find a leading lady. He's, he laments, I guess, that he needs a leading lady, because he said all the producers have told him that your movies will make twice as much money if you have a little romance in it. So he has to find a leading woman, okay, in which he goes out onto the street and he catches a woman about to steal an apple, and he interviews her and finds out she's a beauty, but she's fallen on hard times. But he manages to convince her, tell her that, listen, she's heard of him because he is famous. And he meets her, and her name's Ann Darrow, and he convinces her that, listen, I'm going on this trip to film my movie, and I need a leading lady, and I can get you, I can give you the part. Of course, she's grateful, and she takes the part. And she comes upon the ship where, of course, she happens to meet John Driscoll, played by Bruce Cabot, who's kind of a gruff, I guess first mate, and he was barking orders and giving them out, and of course, Ann Darrow's just happy to be there and to be on this, at sea and employed and working, because remember this, at the time, the Great Depression, so she's happy to be working. And of course, what Carl Denham doesn't tell anybody until he gets to a specific location is that he's found out through I think it's through a Swedish captain, this island where they has a. In this movie, it's called Skull. Within this island, there's a place called Skull Mountain, which has a big, gigantic wall that's built, and supposedly that's where this gigantic creature lives. And they decide that's where they're going to go film this picture. And of course, they go onto the island and they're going to meet the natives, to see the natives. Basically they come upon the natives, basically getting ready to sacrifice a young girl. And of course, when they see Ann Darrow, they are, absolutely stupefied, and they actually willing to trade 6 of their women for one of the golden, I think they call it the Gold Princess. And of course, they don't accept that, and they back away, but planning on, returning in the next day. But the natives really, really want the blind goddess to appease their giant, to appease Kong, and they sneak upon the ship and they kidnap the lovely Ann Darrow and bring her back to be to be the sacrifice for Kong. And of course, Kong comes and the story. He sees her and takes her, and what can be said about this movie that hasn't been said? It is the original, and it is a classic. The first movie with with incredible stop motion animation in it. Kong fighting the dinosaurs, snakes on the island. I think even a pterodactyl. I think there's even one sequence all the while Ann Darrow, screaming her head off, and Kong is carrying her around, and of course the brave Bruce Cabot, who's actually fallen in love with Ann and she with him, of course, attempts to rescue her from Kong. But what I love about this movie is really, it's been a while since I've seen the original King Kong. Realize how there's a lot of deaths in this movie, besides Kong, of course, which is no secret. But there's a lot of deaths. So when the men go out to rescue Ann from Kong, and there's some great sequences of the men running through the jungle and to try to catch up with Kong, and being chased by all kinds of creatures and stuff. And this is a lot of death and destruction. And of course, when Kong gets captured and taken back to the to the city. And I realized it too when I was watching this. Kong doesn't appear till about an hour and 20-something minutes into the movie. Okay, and the movie's about, I think about an hour and 44, something like that. And yeah, 104 minutes, which is about an hour and 44 minutes. Yeah, Kong doesn't show up until I think about an hour and 20-something minutes into the movie, which, but it's still entertaining. It's still entertaining because you're waiting to see what this Kong looks like. And of course, for its time, the stop animation work in this movie was actually really incredible, and there's great behind-the-scenes sequences in this that they show you special features where they talk. You had the veterans talking about the movie that at its time and when it premiered and stars in the movie and stuff. Kong itself and all the movies that spawned from Kong, like Son of Kong and I think Mighty Joe Young, just an incredible thing. And this movie, again, like I said, for its time, it had a lot of great action sequences and stuff. Like I said, Kong coming and Kong battling a dinosaur, Kong battling a snake, beating up a pterodactyl, and killing a pterodactyl, running amok in New York. Just really, really good action sequence. And I think that the jungle sequence where you have those men just running through the forest or through the jungle, basically trying to first to escape a monster, and then trying to rescue Anne, and just the amount of deaths that you see in this movie. And remember it being so brutal. It's been a while since I've seen the original King Kong, but there's some really brutal deaths in that jungle. Okay, that occur. And Kong has his favorite go-to move to me is this: put you in the mouth and chop you up, and that's it, and you're done. Okay, but again, for its time, just absolutely fantastic. Okay, and I would give King Kong, the original, the dude, the main man. I would give King Kong an 8 out of 10, just outstanding. And I have seen Son of Kong, and I have seen Mighty Joe Young as well. Okay, but the original is the best, and for its time, like I said, they have a great behind-the-scenes stuff, and they say how it premiered in 2 different, theaters when it came out for the first time, and how it was just a sensation when it came out. And King Kong, of course, the 8th wonder of the world. Okay, it's just absolutely fantastic movie. I can't highly recommend it enough. Like I said, it's been quite a while since I've seen the original King Kong, but again, fantastic. Definitely an 8 out of 10. And like I said, I'll have this review off, besides my Trepacers Saturday Horror Reviews on my main channel. I'll also put this up on the Horoscope 101 channel as well, because I'm still posting, on there as well from our horror, the horror channel that I initially started with the other members of the Horoscope. And so I'm still the only man standing on it, but I like putting stuff up on there to keep that channel alive anyway. Anyway, again, an 8 out of 10, definitely worth seeing. Anyway, let me know what you think of the original King Kong. Like I said, I like Peter Jackson's version, but there's just something about the original King Kong, just absolutely fantastic, especially for its time. The stop animation work that was done on this was absolutely incredible, and of course, and it really, literally done for the first time. Okay, so absolutely, this movie is basically a landmark in motion pictures. Okay, so anyway, let me know what you think. If you like this review, please hit the subscribe button down below. Let me know what you think. Feel free to leave comments down below. This is Trepacer saying so long and take care. I almost forgot the most important line. 'Tis beauty that killed the beast. Oh yeah, and plus, like I said, Robert Armstrong was absolutely fantastic as Carl Denham. I absolutely loved his character. Bruce Cabot was kind of a stiff, okay, as the and Fay Wray screamed her head off. And I also noticed something else too. I think basically Fay Wray in this movie, I guess maybe because I've seen the other movies, she doesn't quite have that connection with Kong, of course, because she's terrified throughout the movie. But because I'm thinking about the Peter Jackson version, and I think even the Jessica Lange version, where I guess the women in Kong's life, as it were a little bit more, I guess, simpatico with Kong. In this movie, I guess maybe because I haven't seen it in a while, but Fay Wray is basically the actress. Her character Ann Darrow is basically scared crap of King Kong. Okay, there's no little sequences where they kind of bond or something. Not in this movie. Okay. So anyway, so long.